fair. So they try to work it out. Those power is within 150 millions power, so not going to exceed that. And to be fair to the other team, that not going to exceed that as well. But I'm not going to calculate that. So now the time we have is another 4 minutes to be start the match, and this is the match of Team Alpha versus Team and Boss. So Team and Boss definitely need this Doodle Master Yoda to be trying to play outstanding, and Team Alpha definitely this three of them basically is very even, but GK9 and this I will call him Ra maybe. So Ra and GK9, two of them really have to do 2-1 to kill Yoda, and this end boss team, he really need those two Kuroka and then Killer, two of them to do a very good support. But you can see Killer is ready to set up the army groups, so this army groups definitely is 100% to do the setup. And then Kuroka, I think he's also doing some of the siege assist or something like that. So the match going to start in 3 minutes. Alright, so the match have another 2 minutes going to be start. Henry start to move his troop out. Maybe try to move some of the positions. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure about that name. Think I'm fail on those historical class. That's why I'm not really sure who is who and the name that everyone try to use. But I just try to play the game that everyone joined the alliance, and we come up with some of the name that we try to use. But we have our match going to start in 1 minute, so the match going to start very soon. Okay, so we have our match start now. So Henry start to move out just to draw some attentions, and Yoda also try to do his defense. Alright, so Killer really start to use his group just to make sure that he have a supporting. So now the tech is gone, we have a better view now. And then GK9, I think two sides of them also try to be very concerned what should do, what not should do. And then Yoda having a very good farmer, I would say, 2.5 billions. Definitely better than mine farmer. So I don't see any side try to do a very aggressive thing, but Yoda, I think he tried to do the B2B. So definitely Team Alpha is the side that trying to do a defensive, and Team M Boss, they try to do the offensive side this time. So that you can see, yeah, this GK9 is doing very good job now. Definitely Yoda having a lot of problems if you're not going to set up his base anytime now, but somehow he set up his base, so it's going to be fine for now. And then this Ra and then GK9, they can't do anything a lot because Yoda base is really activated. And then you can see this Ra, his troops start to die, and Kuraka and then Killer also try to do his best to support, but a little bit too far away. And then you can see Yoda even use his bomber to kill those troops, and then GK9 try to help, but his troops definitely die based on they activated his base. Not necessarily that is good, but you can see Killer try to use the army group try to force Henry away, so Henry can't help in time. And then Yoda also use his super heavy to chase the Henry away, so that the bomber can do his job, but no one can really touch Yoda base now, and no one base is really getting a kill. But a lot of other trees trade off, and then Yoda can start to do some siege because GK9 is very weak now. You can see only one troops inside. That one definitely is super heavy, so the defense is very, very weak. Henry is a little bit too far away, so can't support in time. You can see walk a little bit too far. Even though Yoda doing best job to kill off those enemy that come to nearby, and then Yoda base is definitely empty now. GK9 is in a very deep trouble. So Henry trying to help, but once his troop, even though try to reach and all his troop is really dying, so Henry really doing something very weak, I would say. Ra is trying to help, but he doesn't have troops now, so he can't help anything at all. Yoda doing a very fantastic job to defend and try to kill off all those enemy troops, and also continuously tank for this siege. And then Killer and Kuraka also doing a best job to continue to kill this GK9. GK9 definitely now he can relocate his base, and hopefully his teammate can do something. But Henry try to do the relocate now instead of GK9, so that Henry is not going to build any troops now and not going to be helpful. And Ra also just looking at his teammate going to siege down, he can't do anything at all. So this is very, very worst thing. Even though he have another two group of troops inside his base, not going to do anything at all. And his teammate GK9 is definitely going down now, and yeah, he can't do anything. So Team Alpha really need to work it out about the teamworks. And then Team Endboss doing a fantastic job, and then killing this GK9. So now when the base is going to down, basically just kill the troop instead of kill the base, because the troop is a main object, and Yoda really did that to kill the troops instead of the base. And then Ra tried to help. Okay, luckily that Yoda not even having any support from Killer and others. You can see they are really back off, not sure why, but Yoda doing a 1-on-2 now situations. So definitely they are doing the 1-on-2, and Yoda doing very fantastic job to kill this Henry's archeries as well, and also kill Ra troops. And GK9 super heavy still standing here, but super heavy, GK9's base have nothing to defend. Henry have no build anything at the base supporting. Ra base somehow activated and try to defend for his teammate. Killer only got one super heavy, try to finish off GK9 base, and I don't know why his troop is very far away. Now the troops try to come back now, and then Henry try to do a supporting to help GK9, and Killer super heavy is going to back off and going in back because Yoda is here already. And now one siege I think can bring down the base. No, one is not enough. Yep, finally they have enough base, so GK9 go down one time and instantly relocate. Henry is super low, and Ra is having 2 to 3 squad is going to be very low. So if they're doing a swamp now, they definitely can't do anything because they have nothing to defense. So within a 5 minutes, we have one guy down. So that is very quick and very good job done by Team Endboss. And Team Alpha, they definitely need to work a little bit harder to know how they should defend their teammate, because this lineup setup is not very best. I think Yoda setup might be better because can nearby, but this Kuraka really need to move his base to cover it up. But he's the weakest is the team now. It's only 38.6 million. So Killer try to move first, and Yoda try to stay here just to make sure there's defense line. If anyone try to move out, not to have two members try to moving, and then two of them try to steal the base to deploy and blocking each other. So this is one of the synergy that you should always aware. Not going to have all the teammates move at the same time. One should have a base defending. So if enemy try to attack you, your base, your teammate can do a lot of things that try to protect you. So Killer try to move pass by this Ra and try to kill the Henry on the behind, and Kuraka and Yoda try to work out a 2-on-1 Ra about that. I think GK9 is very low on his base. If jump in, can't do anything at all because 3 of the Team N's boss is still on about 100% base HP. There is no snipe or no surprise attack that GK9 can just airlift, come back and try to snipe anything. But maybe GK9 can try to jump in now and try to block this Yoda, and then so they can kill off if this is the best opportunity. But no, they can't do that because Henry is a little bit too far away. Now it's become a 3-to-1 situation, and Ra is really having a very huge pressure that Henry can't do anything at all. And then Killer continuously put a pressure to Henry, so Ra is definitely out of his own now. GK9 is not getting back his airlift now. Then this team Alpha going to have a very problems situations now. They should really fix it now. No, not really. So Yoda see the situation. He try to do a siege with Kuraka, but he really retrieved that. And then Killer also try to do the siege, and he's also try to retreat that. And then Ra try to assist Henry. Yep. So Yoda also see the situation. He also try to help, and then he even use the bomber to kill this Ra artillery. Killer try to draw away from Ra, so now they can do situations to kill this Ra's base, you can see, but they're not even touching his base, try to kill his troop first. So Yoda really know how to win the war and win the fight just to kill the enemy troops. So the enemy troops dying, then that means their base is very weak defense. That's the things that they have to be very aware. And then Henry somehow did some defense, and so that Team L and boss they try to retreat a little bit more. Ra try to use the super heavy, try to do a little bit more damage to Yoda's super heavy that no really effect and all, but he also try to use the artillery to chase back the Ra super heavy. But the army group is standing there idle, is not doing anything at all. Yoda try to consider whether he want to attack or not, but Kuraka really need to do a little bit more, just not to standing there, because if he continue to worstly to pressure, going to be best. But maybe they are waiting for Yoda lead, so that everything's going to be work fine. But GK9 is not going to jump in back anytime, so the situation now is going to be 3-to-1. 3-to-2 for now. But definitely Yoda can move his base a little bit up one more grade, and then Killer can also move another side one more grade, so that you can see Yoda finally decide to do the siege. And then yeah, he continued to do the siege. They are having a very good strategy that when they siege one target, 3 of them should also try to aim one target instead of doing a spread attack. So now you can see Killer and then Kuraka also doing the aim focus to one target, and then Killer also try to stop this Henry try to kick in. That's why Henry also having all his troops inside his base, not going to move out too far away. But Ra is really having a very problems situation. If GK9 not going to jump in to help anytime, I think Team Alpha going to lose at a time. GK9 finally jump in, but he's really a little bit too far away that I'm not going to help any situation by now, and his base is super low that Ra is going to be very low defense, and Henry also very blocked by these killers, can't go in to help Ra. Ra is really down to 2-to-1. But this GK9 somehow also pressure this Kuraka, and Kuraka is really doing some defense. At least he using an artillery 1-to-1 out in to kill those GK9 artilleries, and then his base also continuously to doing the defense. And then Killer and then Yoda also try to pressure Ra, so Ra also very hard to continuously to help anything at all. Yoda's super heavy going down already, so he can't continue the siege. But you can see GK9 can't kill Kuraka in time, and Kuraka successfully defended, and 3 of them, I mean, and boss team also continuously having the base HP more than 80%. That is considered the win is about more than 70 to 80% win from Team M boss. So this Henry really need to do a little bit more instead of standing too far away, and Killer really doing a very best job that blocking Henry to try to back up and do his job. And GK9 is a little bit too far away that are not doing anything very effective, but this Ra is going to be down anytime once the Yoda having his super heavy coming back to the game, so that everything's have to be very concerned. So that Killer is trying to set up something now, you can see, so that he know what he should do. He try to do now is that move his base toward downstairs. No, he try to move further next to Ra maybe, so that they can do 3-1. And then 2 of the Team Alpha have to be a support. Yes, that's the killer try to do. So yeah, so that Team Yoda is continuously waiting for his super heavy. So now he thinks might be that is basically a mistake, I think, because you should not continuously activate the enemy base. Now your teammate also get some of the damage. If you are not going to siege, you're not going to do that, just to continuously get your enemy base activated. Henry tried to help and move out all his troops there, and then he aware that killer is a little bit too near to his base. He tried to do a defensive again. That's why he are not aware that whether he want to defend or he want to attack or he want to support or he want to what he want to do. Basically, he can just put 1 or 2 archeries here, so that he can support his team and put his super heavy somewhere here. So if killer come to block him, his archeries can kill the super heavy and also support his teammate. And then this super heavy of this Henry can do the job and blocking this killer try to advance further. And then this Ra, basically he can't do anything now. He should really focus to kill the enemy archeries that he can try to do the siege. GK9 really have nothing much to do at this point because his base is very low. So he should really try to kill the enemy archeries. Then he can do the counter siege now. But 3 of the Alpha team now is basically very far away now. But you can see Henry also try to do a siege alone. But that is not the answer, because once you do a siege alone, all of the team ends boss can do the backup to helping this team killer. You can see team killer is try to do. Okay, so Ra also try to help Henry, and then GK9 also try to move his troop to try to kill the killer. But the killer is just too far away from GK9, and then you can see GK9 his troops also try to die, and then you redraw all of his troops try to defend this Kuraka. And then Kuraka also try to draw this Ra medium tank that dying there. So that I'm not sure who's that, but this die, the medium tank, maybe it's from the team end boss. But definitely killer is not going down about 80% at all. But Team Henry, he have no troop at all in defending his troops. Ra is not going to help him at any time. But Yoda can really try to do a siege to kill Ra, but instead he try to do that here where the opportunity to kill this Henry is very important. So he try to move his troops, try to kill those enemy on the field, but his archeries got killed instead. But killer also tried to siege this Henry base, but not very successfully. Somehow it's worked at some point and not working all the time. But you can see he just trade out about 5% or even lower than 5% whatever from this Henry base. But at least he tried to trade off with his super heavy, and so that the other 2 Alpha team can't do anything to the other and boss team. So that Kuraka aware that it's a situation, so he tried to pressure this GK9. That is very good strategy. So GK9 very low that he have to defend, and he also try to support, but he can't do that a lot. But somehow he make his archery to kill the heavy, and also try to kill the Kuraka archeries as well. So now he tried to redraw and try to do some more defending. But Ra really need to do a little bit more just to win this war, because they are really down 1 member. If Ra going down, they will be going down 2 members that have 2 members that have no HP on their base. And the team end boss, they still have more than 80% of the HP. So killer aware that they have to continuously to put some pressure. So killers try to put some pressure, but actually it's not effective at all. Ra try to use his archeries, but Yoda also do a very good counter attack. He used his super heavy to make sure the archeries can't put outside, and he used archery again to counter attack the Ra ones. So both of them also doing exactly the same thing. And then killer also move his archeries. I think move his what do you call it? Army groups to away. So make sure to wait for the correct moments to do the support. So Henry try to do another swamp again, and this time he really do a good job during this swamp, and also try to ask the other 2 teams to do exactly the same at the same time. Yoda also trying to do his best to defend, and then Kuraka really need to do something now to kill this GK9 so he can snipe him 1 more time. But you can see they really do a lot of damage to this killer base, but it's not really enough until they kill these 2 other trees from Yoda. But they're not really focusing that. That's why how all their Henry's troops dying, and this Ra troops also dying, that not really very well off for this trade. So now GK9 have all the things outside. This Kuroka really have to kill his base. That maybe 1 or 2 shoot his base should kill him, but he's not getting that yet. So that somehow Ra also aware and try to do some assist and do the defense. So Killer seeing this Henry already do the swarm that failed. Now he do a counter attack with this Yoda and others teammate to do the the army groups already here. So that Henry going down very soon. So that Team Alpha they're having 3 members that very low HP, and Team N boss they still have more than 80% of their base HP. That is considered they having more than 80 to 85% of the victory of this match. That's very good strategy and good planning that Yoda and Team N boss they try to come up with and try to do, even though they having a lot of sacrificing, but you can see that really continuously to do the swarm and continuously to use the army group to gain the additional buff. And also this Kuroka also try to continuously to make sure this GK9 is very distract him so that he can't do a full out to help. You can see now he's trying to retreat, but one more guy down, Henry, and then GK9. So that Team Alpha they have 2 teammates down. Yep. So that now Killer try to move his base again. So definitely Yoda try to do a siege that in even wait for the teammate Killer to in patience. I think he's a little bit too quick. Should have a little bit more patience. And Kuroka not going to help anything at all. I think this a little bit miscommunication, but Yoda, even though it's miscommunications, but he still finished off the job, yeah, at some point. So that, yeah, you can see, even though Yoda is just alone, he still finished the job, but Ra definitely going down. So the Henry getting back is a little bit too late, but now he used his army group to get some of the kill. And Yoda and this Kuroka also try to do his best to kill this GK9 a second time, but top side we also seeing this Killer try to use the army group to kill this Henry, that he put his base too top that can't set up his base at all. GK9 go down a second time, he have one more Elif down, and then you can see Henry maybe going down again because of his troops that, I mean, his base can't set up on the block, but now he somehow set up his base. So they should really do an all-in now to kill this Henry instead of letting the Ra and the GK9 to come back to the match. So that they're really doing it now, and so that the match is really going close to 95% of Team N boss winning, because all of their base still more than 80% of their HP. So Henry tried to do his best to defend, but he just doesn't have anything in the base to defend. Everything is on the red. He instantly go down. We have a 60-second count for now. Suddenly we have a hurt of Ra coming back, so the 60 second is going to off now, and so that now Yoda and Roka is very next to this Ra, and then another jump in of GK9, the last jump in GK9 have, so that GK9 is on the last. We can't do anything after this now, and Ra try to do something, but Yoda also not sure where he want to set up his base, and then Ra is try to do a siege. No, he's not doing a siege, but this GK9 on some problem now. Now Ra is doing a siege on this Kuraka. He try to take it out, but his base is super low. Yoda should really take his base now and let his teammates do the defense. But no, he's not doing. Killer's really focused on GK9 now. He's not even knowing that they should really take out this Ra now. But okay, so GK9 and Ra also trying to do a tag team to take down Kuraka, but they're not really doing it. And Yoda really taking down on Ra. I think one skill that this base will go down if you're not going to reach. Yeah, so Ra is going down a second time. So he have last airlift, and then another Henry also have one last airlift, and then GK9 is the last one already. So Henry finally jump in now, so that Henry have no more airlift, and then Ra have one last airlift. So that Team N boss definitely they have a 99.95% win rate, I would say. Yep. So that they are really picking which one to siege. Since this one is next to Yoda, they really siege Henry first. And then Ra also jump in. But you can see all their jump is very random, that can't do anything at all. So Yoda definitely can take off Ra, and even though Ra doesn't have a max squad yet, but you can also try to do something, but he just moved everything out of his base, so his base is definitely dying. But somehow he's retreat, and Ra also not doing anything, just to recruit back all his troops. So that Killer Super Heavies try to touch his GK9 base now, so they can do the siege. So definitely this base going down in any 10 seconds by now, because Killers, have 4 archeries aiming your base, definitely going down. So 2 of the Alpha team member down. This is Ra. Ra is the last one standing, and he is on the last airlift, I think. So Henry is definitely out, and yep. I think that is against the rules, because Ra also going down, and then team and boss win. So I think they just continue to do the siege, but one of the very highlight of this team and boss is that 3 of their member is also more than 80% HP on their base, and they're also doing some kind of coordinations and some teamworks that they try to work it out. And I think it's very work it out this time, because you can see they try to kill each of the enemy one by one and not going to multiple target. But even though when the time Yoda on here trying to fight Ra, and then Killer on this side is really blocking Henry to do his support, and GK9 on the other side is just too far away to do anything at all. Once he's moved over, the Kuroka also do his best to distract the GK9 as well. So you can see position is really some kind of very important factor to win and lose, because you are just too far, you can't support that. And also you are trying to